Aw, this one's gonna be a little bittersweet, my friends. What is good, everybody? It's BBKDRAGOON. I was looking through my recording folder on my computer, and I noticed the Lawbreakers folder. And I dove right in there, and I noticed all these videos that I had saved up, because if you didn't follow the channel last August, I actually really liked Lawbreakers. I didn't make a ton of videos on it, but I did make a handful from the beta, and then for the first couple of weeks of its release. Well, the subsequent weeks following its release saw it just dying harder than any game I've ever seen die. I have never seen something like Lawbreakers happen to a game where it not only, not did it die to where there's only like 100 or 200 people playing it at any time, it died to the point where there were like 6 or 7 people playing it at any given time. And that to me was very, very sad, because on the whole, Lawbreakers as a game, if you're an arena shooter fan, I thought was fantastic. It brought in and mixed in the hero shooter elements. It was too late to the party with that. I think you could have probably just done away with the hero stuff that all the shooters like, oh, we gotta do this now. It's the Overwatch thing. It's super popular. It's what the kids like, you know? Could have done away with that, but the movement system, the low grav zones, the skill ceiling, there is so much cool movement tech that you could do in this game, and the skill ceiling was massive. But you really only got to play the game for a few weeks before that population fell off such a complete cliff. No pun intended, I'm sorry. To the people at Boskey, who, we just found out that Boskey Studios is shutting down. To those developers, I'm very sorry to hear about that. I hope you guys land on your feet. I hope you can find new opportunities within the industry. It was cool to see lots of studios reaching out to the Boskey folks saying, hey, Respawn Entertainment, I can remember saying, like, we've got openings in animation, please apply. We're looking for skilled individuals and want to see you guys succeed. But it is bittersweet to look back at the whole Lawbreakers thing, because even now, just watching this gameplay, man, gets me excited. I was the kind of kid who grew up loving Unreal Tournament. UT 2003 and 2004 were bread and butter games. I loved those titles. Quake was always there, but never like my mainstay thing. But I've always had an affinity towards just these kind of old school arena shooters. If you have been a super old dinosaur on the channel, I mean, talking been around since 2012, and you remember me uploading a game called Nexus, please let me know about it in the comments. A, that's cool if you've been around that long, but B, I remember Nexus pretty well. It came out on pretty much all platforms, and at the time, Machinima, the network I was with, was running promotional stuff for Nexus. This arena shooter that I thought was just a ton of fun, broke up, my normal games of like Halo and back then Call of Duty, and it gave me something new to play that was this old school arena shooter. Well, long story short, let's fast forward things. Nexus ultimately shuts down. You can't, I don't think, even play the game anymore. I believe the servers are offline. Maybe there's like a private way that you can play it, but I look back at Lawbreakers and now have to think about the same thing. It was just this very short time and place, a game that I truly think could have been very successful, and I don't know why they didn't make the game free to play. They had this finished title there. It had microtransactions that could have generated and stimulated money. Was the dedicated server overhead too much? I don't get it. I don't get why Lawbreakers had to die the death that it did. Nexon was the publisher of Lawbreakers, and so all I can assume is, did Nexon just dig their heels in and say, no, this game will never go free to play? Was it some sort of contention between Cliffy B, Boskey, and Nexon? Were they at odds with one another? It is a huge disappointment, because those guys worked hard to put together Radical Heights in a very short amount of time. And it feels out of the blue to hear that Boskey is shutting down just with the timing of the whole Radical Heights thing. It seemed like it was getting kind of some traction. You had Dr. Disrespect, and I think Shroud streaming that game just a little bit here and there, and that garners a lot of eyes and attention onto your title. I don't think anybody's that surprised that Boskey is shutting down if it would have been like December, right? Lawbreaker numbers were just abysmal. So we may never know, or we might find out down the road 5-6 months what really happened. All I know is Lawbreakers, I enjoyed playing you when I did, and I feel for the folks over at Boskey Studios. And if there's an underlying message, man, there's a time for everything. Nothing lasts forever, and with games, they usually have a little bit longer lifespan than that of Lawbreakers, but just I appreciated the time that I had with the game when there were still people playing it. And I appreciate that they made the game. Is there space in the market for an arena shooter like this, like an old school style arena shooter? It had some new mechanics thrown in with the low graph stuff, mind you, but like, is this even a popular sector anymore? I have no idea. I've seen a lot of different videos of people saying why Lawbreakers failed. It was the marketing, it was Cliffy B, it was the way they handled X, Y, and Z. But I truly am baffled. I've never seen what happened with LB happen to any other game. So I leave the ball in your court. Viewers, what do you think? What happened to Lawbreakers? Why did the population fall off so quickly? Was it probably a giant combination of things, but keep it civil. I'd love to know what you think about it in the comment section, because I am just, I'm confused about that one. And with the announcements of Boskey shutting down, I figured now was probably a good time to throw out some Lawbreakers footage for the very last time. So with that said, everybody, if you enjoyed the video, please thumbs it up. Thanks for watching. I know it's a little offshoot. We'll be back on the regular stuff soon, and I'll talk with you again next time.